Otakus, welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been watching some anime, reading some manga. I am here with the usual suspects as always. But we'll go ahead and reintroduce. So, Brandon, what's been going on? How are you?
I'm excited. I can't wait to talk. I knew Monsters was going to be pretty crazy. I was not expecting to dig the other anime we're going to be talking about today soon. So I'm excited to talk some anime and get you guys caught up with what I've been doing. I've been watching and reading a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff coming out this season. And Isaac, how's it been going?
I need to ask Brandon something before I mention how it's going. Are your refrigerator running?
It's too fast. I'm not even going to try and catch it.
You know where I was going with it. But yeah.
And the biggest thing is my Vespa is out of juice. So unless I sprout a new Conti out of my head, it's not going to happen.
But yeah, it's going good. I feel a bit gigantic, to say the least.
Nice.
And certain stocks. What? You and your
quote unquote hints. Because of course your photo today doesn't say anything at all.
Right.
and certain stocks are keep on rising.
Well, maybe we'll get to hear a little bit more about that. But I'm Jamie. In case you're not, first time here, welcome. We're going to be talking about Monster today, as well as another anime. But before we get to that, let's talk about, just what we've been watching. So I'd actually like to throw it back to you, Isaac. What have you been up to, watching, reading?
Well, when it comes to the watching part, it's mostly been, this, which we're going to talk about. I need to finish Pluto. I am up to speed with solo leveling, which is the prologue for that episode. It made me just laugh out loud, to say the least. Considering, no, never mind. But when it comes to reading, it's the usual Sakamoto Days, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, and what is it else I'm reading? Too big of a list. Make the Exorcist Fall in Love, which is an underrated game in my book. And what else do we have on the list? There hasn't been Chainsaw Man.
We don't have your list, so just just throw names out there, buddy. Just do it. Throw it out.
But yeah, what's more? I finally got the latest volume of the Persona 5 manga, which is
nice.
Blast.
Which number is that? 11?
11.
Yeah, 11. I got up to 9. Once I start reading them, then I'll grab them again.
It's they mentioned it's going into Persona 5 Royal territory in story. If you don't want spoilers for that,
nice.
It's they are adding in those kind of stuff.
Cool.
So I would argue one of the more important stuff from Royal, honestly. So in case you don't want spoilers for that game, since you haven't played Royal, I recommend you waiting to read volume 11. I will say this though, the Persona 5 manga is infinitely better than the Persona 5 anime, without a doubt.
I don't think they're the same creative team, right? It's two different teams.
I have no idea, but
I would assume so, because we both know that Persona 5 anime. It's funny because the anime leaves a lot to be desired if you've played the game. But you remember that one shot episode they did when the game came out? It was amazing. Which is why I think when the anime came out, it was such a surprise that it was not it.
And I do
that
wonder
a
if
lot of us went like, "What are we doing?"
which makes even less sense with it, since the Persona 4 anime is pretty good, and also I have to wonder if A1 Pictures learn a bit regarding from Persona 5 anime, since Nier Automata has been pretty good. Also, Core 2 is coming out. But after Nier Automata anime
Yes.
comes out this
Yeah.
That was a
year,
very nice announcement.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
was-
it's bittersweet
I
for
was-
me. I'm like, I don't know
I
if I'm
was-
gonna watch it on release now.
I was
I went through
scared
a
that
lot.
it wouldn't
You're gonna
happen.
wait. There were too many delays.
I
You're just
might
gonna
wait a
till
little
it's
bit.
done.
I might
I was
honestly wait.
scared
That's
that
fair.
they weren't going to happen, considering
fair.
all the production delays. And
Yeah.
well, let's face it, they have no matter what you say about solo leveling in terms of story and all that, yes, it's clear that it's a passion project for A1 Pictures that also is making solo leveling, especially when it comes to the fight scenes.
Mhm.
And what else do we have? I don't. There's so much I'm reading right now that I'm can't recall half of it. But there's
We're gonna have to start putting a post out. Like every time it's your turn, all you're gonna do is post a PDF of the list. Like you're not allowed to keep
Honestly,
saying that you're
Star Wars crawl of all the titles and stuff that he's been
honestly
reading.
at this point, I
There's
could
everything.
probably
Oh, no,
do
and we
that.
do it like at light speed, where people have to go back to the video and kind of slow it down to see the list.
Honestly, at this point, I could probably do what have I reading on my own stick for this channel with everything I'm reading.
Don't make me do it.
I'm sure people would love to know.
True. Very true.
Have we reached the end of the list, or do you have more?
Not what I can think of.
All right. Well, I'll pass it over to you, Brandon. What have you been watching?
I have not seen anything. Goodbye.
Well,
No.
so I've been.
So beyond the anime spotlights that we're going to be talking about today, I haven't been watching that much. Like most of what I've been doing is reading. I am going to say, based on the conversation we all had last week, I finally got caught up with Solo Leveling.
Hey.
Is it delayed or is it on track, or I just don't know where the episodes come out?
As
It's
far as I
on
know,
track,
it's fine.
It's on track as far as I know.
Yeah.
But it comes out.
Coming out
Doesn't come out on the weekends, right? What day does it come out?
Sunday. Is it Saturday?
Saturdays.
Sunday. I see Sunday.
Okay, so I got caught up probably because last week I didn't see a new one.
Weird.
Interesting.
So, so I'm gonna be honest. I kind of got what you guys were saying. Like it's a slow burn, so it doesn't really like get exciting until later. I do appreciate the fact that the author literally says, "Okay, he's gonna live in a video game world now. Do it." But everybody else that's in the video game world, which is the real world, which is not really a video game, everybody else.
That settles it. I'm doing a stream about it later next week.
I love Mike. I do appreciate the fact that they make it so blatantly extreme. You know what I mean? And they make it. They literally go all out on that premise. So I kind of want to see where it goes from here. I kind of want to see what happens when he starts getting so strong that he's almost S level. And then he has to kind of like rub shoulders with all those other characters that were awakened into that level. So I find it interesting. I find it interesting. His arc has been pretty cool. I like where episode 5 left off, so I really want that storyline with the bugs and whatever, and the sleazy team members plays out.
Man.
So I need some closure. So
Yeah.
so I'm excited with that. I watched that. But what I did want to talk about here is that I'm finally caught up with Sakamoto Days.
Wow.
And damn it, why isn't there an anime? It is
As I
so
said
good.
before,
It is
it
so
has
good.
been rumored for months.
I'm gonna say this live. I don't care about rumors. Rumors destroy lives. I don't need gossip. I need truth. Give me an announcement and some stills of that
I
fat
have to ask, since we're going to
hitman.
Sakamoto Days, whenever it gets an anime, because let's face it, with how big it is, it's just a matter of
Oh no, it
time.
has to. Yes.
What studio would you like to cover it? And please don't say Mappa.
So that's a very good question, because you know what? Well, to say someone different and to make it interesting and to bring it and to make it a modern anime, because as you know, even though a lot of more studios are experimenting with 3D with CGI animation hybrids, like
Mhm.
not all of them are going full on. Like I wonder if Studio Orange would be a great
Ooh.
studio to do Sakamoto Days, because the art that they use, that CGI hybrid they use for Beastars, would kind of play with the ultra violent but also kind of grounded, hyper realistic world of Sakamoto Days.
Mhm.
And it will have that larger than life feel. Like it would give it that movie feel, as opposed to without losing the anime manga kind of roughness that
Mhm.
most drawings have. You know what I mean? Because, like, for example, I haven't seen the film, but I've seen stills of Dragon Ball Superhero,
Mhm.
and that's very, very, very clean CGI. Like it's almost
So
it's
it's
almost
very
it's.
rough at some points.
But what I mean is, it doesn't have those textures that you would see like in Beastars, where all the models look textured and detailed, because they want to highlight the fact that someone drew these characters, as opposed that someone came up with 3D models of them. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
I kind of like that aspect of what Studio Orange did with Beastars. Which, by the way, where the hell is Beastars season 3? Um,
Uh, I don't know. I don't know where they would go after. I need to refresh myself on where Beastars ended, but I remember it feeling kind of finite.
there's more. I know there's more, or they can do the spinoff, Beastars, Beast Complex. But yeah, like I wonder if Studio Orange would do a great job with Sakamoto Days or Bones,
That's a good pick.
because Bones
Oh,
can do
that's
great action.
it's also a good pick.
So those are two great ones. But
I was gonna say Wit.
see, but
I mean,
Wit is going to be doing the One Piece. Wait, is it Wit? Yes, it's going to be doing the
yes,
One Piece. So I think they're a
they
little
are
busy.
focusing on One Piece and Spy Family, and
Yeah.
also I
See,
forgot to mentioning we are finally getting a release date of the Code White movie, and I cannot wait.
I have to get caught up with Spy Family. I haven't even finished.
oh
So
my gosh, and
I'm so,
Oshinoko.
I have other things happening, but it will happen. I promise. I will get caught up with Spy Family at some point in my life. I
Oh,
promise.
Oshinoko is another manga I'm reading. Now that you mention
Nice.
it,
Oh, nice.
and it's
So
a manga that I'm just, what the fuck is going on?
language.
Is that in a good way?
I don't care, Brandon.
See, he doesn't even know anymore. But the last thing I want to mention is that I really want to highlight this one. I started reading it a couple days ago, and I'm surprised how interesting it is. Viz just put out Not in its entirety, because for whatever reason, we got to put the first 20 chapters, take a break of 30 chapters, and then put the rest, because that makes sense to everybody. But they put out, they added to the app a manga called Fool's Night. And and for those that love sci-fi dramas in a dystopian future world, this is a very good book. I don't think they're making an anime anytime soon. The first volume, physical in English, doesn't come out till June, but I started reading it in the app because it is available there. It's a very interesting take on a dystopian future where Earth's inhabitability is affected because there's no more sunlight, and how through science they found ways of turning people in the verge of death into flowers and trees to keep oxygen in the world, and how that affects the socioeconomic aspects of life, the political aspects of life, the workforce aspects of life, what it means to be a government servant. And the main character is very interesting, and what happens to him and his newfound ability after going through the process of transfloration, which they call. It's very interesting. I encourage people to check it out. It's called Fool's Night on Viz, and on the Shonen Jump app. I am reading. I gotta say again, Sui Ishida's Shujin X is still super interesting. It's some of his best work, I believe. So if you loved Tokyo Ghoul and what he did there, you should go check out Shujin X. And if you're reading it like I am, let us know in the comments so I don't feel alone. Because sometimes I feel I'm the only one talking about it. But yeah, I'm excited. And yes, I love Fooly Cooly. That's why I'm wearing this jacket. That's amazing.
I forgot to mention, Mary.
You know that you don't get like second tries. You know what I mean? Like after you got a shot, you get a little.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I forgot to mention the mangaka for Thermini Romain is doing a sequel, and it's just, why is this on Shonen Jump? It's a Roman Empire old dude about checking out bathhouse. Yes, I'm serious, and it was just, why is it in Shonen? It's Shueisha.
Someone paid for it to be there and to be accessible.
That's facts. That's fine.
I mean, I know that our previous work has been award-winning as far as I can know, but I digress. Keep on.
Yeah, and as far as what I've been watching, same shows as before. I restarted Freyrin, even though Freyrin season 1 is not over, but I restarted because now that me and my brother are recovering from the trauma of Evangelion, we have moved on to watching Freyrin. So we're watching Freyrin.
It's a nice palate cleanser.
Yeah, something different, something completely different. So we're watching that.
I'm in episode 6.
Ooh, okay.
Or 5 of Freyrin. So
nice.
I'm little by little. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you'll see. Once you get hooked, you'll just eat the whole thing up. That's good. I've also been watching Metallic Rouge and Delicious in Dungeon. Both shows dropped episodes today, so I will be watching those after this. Solo Leveling I've also been checking out. And yeah, I think that's all the anime that I've been watching.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
By the way, Brandon, I know where I can find a copy of End of Evangelion. Do you want me to send it to you so you can have it on the list, your list?
So, Jamie, I'm glad that you're enjoying Freyrin. I love how he just comes back bursting out laughing. Now, what episode have you gotten on Freyrin? Where are you at?
So my own watch, I was actually pretty much caught up. So I think we're on like, what episode are we on? 8, 19, 18, something like that.
Wait, it has like 20 episodes already? It's a whole 20 something episode season?
Yeah, which I didn't
Damn, I'm
know. I thought
behind.
they were gonna stop. Let
I
me
feel I'm
see.
very behind. So I just got the reason I asked because I just got to the point where we figure out, how for the last 4 episodes, everybody says, "Oh, Flam is probably not even a real person. Flam's books don't really exist, but there's like fakes around the
What? I
world."
haven't seen this theory.
No, 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 no. That's kind of like the way they've been treating. Like every time they mention
Oh, I thought you
something,
said Fern. I was like, what? Why
no,
would
not
Fern be
Fern,
picked?
Flam,
Got you,
Flam.
got you, got you. Yes.
Flam, like you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like they talk of Flam, this great mage, but nobody really like it doesn't really exist. And Fern always talks about how it's not true or there's no evidence, or blah blah
Mhm.
blah. And suddenly we kind of find out that it was freaking Fearon's teacher, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Damn, girl, you're holding that close to your chest."
Well, Freeman, she's like a really, I won't say like private person, but she doesn't just like
Yes,
flex just for the sake of flexing. Like she goes to all
she
these
doesn't flex.
villages that
Yeah,
she saved,
yep.
and she won't even say like, "Oh yeah, I'm the mage that saved you guys." She's like, "Oh, just elfin mage." you know.
Yep. I love that she's the kind of person that when you least suspect, and she'll just drop the mic, and
hmm
and it was the crowd goes wild.
I can't wait. There's I don't think you're that far away from like, I don't know how they classify arcs, but there's a part where they get to a town and they have to like fight this like group of people. The finale
Mm.
for that, oh my god, it's so good. I want to
Okay,
hear I want to
okay,
hear what your thoughts
I
are.
gotta watch it. I gotta
It's
watch it. I gotta watch it.
so good. That's where I thought the season was gonna end, and then it kept going, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay,
So
bet. Well, remember the journey's already over.
yeah.
So whatever we get, it's just extra. All we're watching is a very extensive post-credit scene. Take that, Marvel.
That's
Nobody
hilarious.
does a post-credit scene like Fearon.
Exactly. Now, low key, they should do a spin-off where it's just like Freyrin, beginning of Journey, or something like that, where you actually get to see their adventure.
Like
I
she's
think that
coming out
actually
of the
cool.
womb and she's learning to walk. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh, not that
And it's
far.
like and it's like 6 seasons until she meets Himmel and
That would be
the
crazy.
perverted priest drunken. That would
hmm
be hilarious.
I need it.
That's the worst pitch. It was awesome. Now, I think it's time we talk about the anime spotlights that we have for 2 days. Now, which one do we want to do first? I know that Isaac is ready to talk some monsters, and I kind of want to talk extensively about Dorohedoro. So do we just do monsters first?
We could do that.
Do
You can
that?
do that.
I'm
I
down.
really don't mind start with either.
You really don't mind? So what I'm gonna do
Yeah,
is
I don't mind.
so now before we jump into monsters, Jamie, I do have to ask you the question.
hmm
Did you have any idea that this has anything to do with One Piece, or like when you first heard of it, or did you just find out as you were watching it, or like what's the deal?
So I had a vague idea that it was connected to One Piece in some way. I kind of figured that it was kind of like a one-off kind of story about like a different character, but it was in the One Piece universe.
Mm-hmm.
But I had no idea that it actually like tied back until you see like that. I guess it's the post credit scene at the end, or like the
Yes.
ending scene. That's what I was like,
Yeah.
it actually connects. Because I know that the Wano arc is the arc that it just ended, right? That's the one that just ended.
Yes.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
was like,
At
oh, I
least it just
see.
ended in the anime. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Yes.
outside of that,
Um,
going in, I had no real idea.
the
Okay.
arc that took 4 years to complete in the anime, which is just insane.
Yes, I think it's one of the longest arcs in anime in the latest anime history. Like it's crazy. I
Yeah.
think
I
it
think
spans almost. I think it spans almost like 15 volumes, right? It's a lot.
I do believe so.
It's crazy, but it's a phenomenal arc. It's a phenomenal arc. So to start a conversation on today's anime spotlights, we're talking about monsters. 103 Mercies Dragon Damnation. That is one hell of a mouthful of a name,
Hmm.
but that's the name. That's the title. So we have to say it. It's our job to. Okay, I'm done. Um, the art style is fun. Like I love how bright it is. Like at certain moments you feel like it's excessively bright, but it's not really because it has enough color to blend and stuff like that. Um, I love how it reminds me of One Piece, but it's not One Piece.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there's no alluding to the sea. And I think their biggest triumph in this short film is that they give us so much content with phenomenal pacing in 25 minutes. It's just, it comes and goes, but you walk away knowing who these characters are, what they're about, what defines them, what makes them interesting. It's I don't know. I think they did a great job with this short. Um, I was very satisfied as a One Piece fan. I strongly recommend it. And is it only on Netflix or is it on Crunchyroll as well? It's
It's
Netflix
only on
only, right?
Netflix.
Okay.
But the weird
That's
thing is,
crazy.
but I mean, Netflix paid up for the production, which makes it's so weird that it isn't worldwide. I had to start my VPN to being able to watch it. I mean, you produce it yourself. Why isn't it worldwide Netflix?
I
Why?
don't know.
Oh, you got to go to Netflix to watch it. So they're getting the One Piece. They put like I think they're up to 13 seasons or something on Netflix for One Piece. So they're trying to get y'all, and it's working. It's working.
Well,
I
you
mean, they
said
are.
13. You said 13 seasons.
Yeah, they're up to 13 seasons now.
I gotta look into that because that sounds interesting. Because the way if they are organizing the seasons the way that Crunchyroll did, because if I don't know if you guys know this, but Crunchyroll does not organize One Piece by seasons. They
They do it by
actually
arc.
organize it by arcs, correct? So they only have 13, which I wonder, does that mean that Netflix has everything now?
Let me see. I can check really quickly. I want to say I saw 13 up there, but
Because if the 13, you see the episodes and they talk about guano, so when you get to 13, if it says episode 830 something, it's because that's guano. That means they have everything. Because that's crazy. Let us know what you
But for some reason, they
let us know
don't.
what you find. Let us know what you find on that, Jamie, while you look at. Now,
But for
Isaac,
some reason, okay.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but for some reason, it's not on Swedish Netflix. But then again, it could be some licensing stuff with that Crunchyroll has or something. I don't know.
so I believe these are organized by arc because I see the names like East Blue, Skypea, like Goodbye Going Merry, I guess. I've never heard of that. But it says the most recent one is Egghead.
Okay, so it goes. Okay, I see what they did. So they're missing. Okay, so they're missing Fishman Island all the way to Wano. So it's missing a couple. So okay, I see what they did
It
there.
says
So what they
21
did,
seasons now, but yeah, they're doing something different.
yeah. So what they're doing, because what they did is they have the actual arcs, but they also have the movies that crunch the arcs into like a 1 hour 30 period. So like if you wanted to watch a movie about everything that happens in Alabasta, you don't have to watch the season. You can just watch the episode Alabasta, or you can watch the episode Skypiea and kind of get a nice.
Is that cheating though?
It kind of is, but I would forgive people. But I mean, it is cheating, and you're missing out if you do that. but I get it if you want to do that to kind of get caught up with what's going on. But yeah, they almost have everything. Like, because the only things that they don't have, if they have all that, is because right after Marineford, we have Amazon Lily, and then we have that's before. After Marineford, we have Time Skip, and we have the Fishman Island arc. Then we have Punk Hazard. What goes after Punk Hazard, Isaac? After Punk Hazard,
I honestly can't remember.
How can you not? Yeah. So after Punk Hazard, I think we go straight to Dressrosa. After Dressrosa, we have Big Mom.
I have who started reading One Piece and recently got you to read it.
Hey man, I'm just trying to keep the conversation going. But no, Netflix is working really hard to get everything under one roof, which is pretty phenomenal, fantastic. But that's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up, Jamie. But did you like it, Isaac? Did it? What did you love or enjoy about it? About this tale of Ryuma the King?
Honestly, it's similar to what you said, that it you screamed One Piece, but that's kind of obvious considering that it's Oda's work. But it's sort of like, how should I put it? It fits so seamlessly. Seamlessly. Thank you. Within the continuity that it just made. Plus, from that point, at least in my point of view, it made me want to get some prequel one-shots of Gold Roger, and not just the flashback stuff, or Whitebeard, or maybe even
on the
Joy
flashback
Boy.
Great.
Yeah, but maybe Joy Boy, or you're going back so far. So, I mean, is it a masterpiece that I'm probably gonna revisit so many times? No, but it was a blast, and it was a fun experience, addition to the lore of One Piece kind of deal. Even though it came before.
Yeah. There's always been like crazy amounts of conversation also, like, because of how talented Zoro has become, and how he's grown as a swordsman, and the fact that he meets Ryuma, or undead Ryuma. If we're talking about the end of Thriller Bark, which is actually very, very, very stylistically added to the post credits of Monsters. I like that, even though you can definitely tell that Oda kind of like used Ryuma as a base to make Zoro, right? I love that. I like how Ryuma feels more lighthearted, like Luffy, as opposed to the seriousness, the serious tone and demeanor that Zoro is known to have. You know what I mean? So I like the fact that they felt like different characters, even though they're kind of built somewhat the same way in terms of their skill and ferocity in battle and stuff like that. So I did like that hint. And for those that know, this is Ryuma I'm looking at the screen. So if you're looking at the screen to the left, that's Ryuma from Monsters. And to the right, you're going to see Zoro from the Wano arc, where he literally goes
so thick.
Yeah. He goes full on. He goes full on bulky samurai.
Yeah.
And a little piece of trivia for those that have not gotten caught up with One Piece. But don't worry, I'm not going to spoil something, because I'm not going to tell you when this happens. But it does happen in the Wano arc, but I'm not going to tell you the moment. But the name of the film. So the book. This is a one shot called Monsters from a book called Wanted, which had like multiple one shots. So monsters is this one, and I like the thematic resonance of it's not just the dragon that's the monster, it's actually Shinaro and DR who are the monsters because they brought destruction just to make money. I like that simile or metaphor, or whatever you call it. But the name 103 Mercies Dragon Damnation is actually the name of one of Zoro's most powerful attacks that he uses in One Piece. Because unlike the show, from the beginning, Zoro does call out his techniques. So I hope that in season 2 he grows up as a real straw hat, and when he does onigiri, he says it. Damn it. But yeah, this is him doing that technique. 103 Mercies Dragon Damnation, which is a name that makes no sense, but it's a badass moment when it occurs in the Wano arc. But Jamie, what did you like about it? Did you enjoy it? Did you feel that you needed information to be able to enjoy it, or were you able to enjoy it just by going in blind?
No, yeah, I think this is a really good standalone piece to One Piece as a series, but it also just based off of the, I guess, limited knowledge that I have of One Piece, I'm able to see like, oh, this guy kind of looks like Zoro, some connections. He's also carrying a sword. So that's a big one there. And then at the end, you see like them both interacting. Like, oh, okay, I'm seeing the connections here. But yeah, I don't think you need to know hardly anything about One Piece. Honestly, I feel like if you watch like 10 episodes, you would be able to understand everything that's in here. Maybe even less. I don't know. The only thing you'd probably be confused about is seeing Zoro at the end. You might be like, who is this guy? But outside of that, I think this is a really good standalone story. I definitely agree with you on the pacing. Like this was just a really like well paced and well told story where the narrative just keeps going and you can like kind of sort of see where it's going, but I feel like that it still was able to surprise me and I enjoyed it. So I definitely recommend watching it if you haven't seen it already.
Nice. No, it's a great 25-minute episode / short film. I really enjoy the connection to One Piece. For those that don't know this, the reason that post-credit scene is very important is not just because it solidifies the Ryuma in One Piece being the same character as the Ryuma and the monsters wanted one shot, but the sword that Ryuma is using becomes one of Zoro's swords in the Thriller Bark arc.
I have questions about this because like Zoro only carries 3 swords as far as I know, and then I see that he's given this what seems to be a 4th sword. So like, does he retire one, or is he just carrying 4 swords now?
Well, remember that during his battle against Mihawk, he loses 2. So he only is able. The only one that survives the fight with Mihawk is the one that he got from his teacher, which used to be his best friend's sword.
Mm-hmm.
So, in spoilers, but when you get to Loketown, which is the town prior to going to the Grand Line, which is I would hope, is the first episode of season 2 of live action One Piece. Zoro is able to acquire a replacement 2nd sword, but he doesn't get a replacement 3rd, in my understanding, until Thriller Bark, which is the one that he gets from Ryuma.
Side note,
which is a genuine,
which
is a genuine blade from Wano, which we don't get to Wano till 700 chapters later. So
Wow.
So he picks up a cursed blade, and then he picks up the one that Ryuma gives him. That's why when you see him in the post credits and he's leaning down on that scene, he only has 2 blades.
I see. All right. There you go. The math checks out.
I may be wrong, but I think that's how it goes because I don't think he loses any more swords in between. I think he just loses those during the Mihawk, then he gets one, and then he gets the third one with Ryuma.
Okay.
Isaac, does that sound right? Does that track?
Yeah, that track. And speaking of the arc that you want them to start with, if I, from my understanding, the showrunner of the live-action One Piece, they wanted to end season 1 with that arc, but they were forced to end on East Blue like that because of the limited amount of episode that they had. I think I do believe I signed something that they hoped they would get at least 10 or something.
That would be great. That would be great. But of course, Jamie's not going to be happy until he sees a little deer. So
that's what exactly. You know, just put him in the beginning. He's in every frame, every shot. Somewhere there's a little chopper on the screen. That's what I want. I need him.
So, anything else, guys, on Monsters 103 Mercies Dragon Damnation?
No.
It was a fun watch.
That it was. Now, the second anime spotlight that we have today is a show that has blown my mind because I wasn't expecting it to be what it is, and I'm really enjoying it. And I can't believe that haven't seen it till today. So shame on me, but I'm glad that there's so much anime and manga in the world that you can discover anything whenever. So we're going to talk about Dorohedoro, which it is a crazy show. But
that's an understatement.
I can't wait to watch more of this. So how long has it been since you've seen it, Jamie? Did you kind of rewatch it for the show, or like you've seen it for a long time? Like,
yeah, so I watched Dorohedoro when it originally aired, which was
4 years ago.
2020. Oh my god! Oh. Wow. Yeah, I watched it when it was
supposed to have a season 2 soon, but
yes,
go on.
But yeah, I watched it when it was originally coming out. And one of the things that really attracted me to Dorohedoro is the art style, and also the fact that at the time, I believe it was one of the first anime that I had seen that wanted to use all CG. So that was also really interesting to me as well. Now, with all that being said, I don't think I fully understand what I saw, and now rewatching the first 2 episodes, it's almost like I'm watching it again for the first time because I'm like, I don't know what is going on at all.
Yes. I can see that.
Yeah, it's like one of the most interesting anime I feel like I've seen as well, because it kind of just throws you into the fire, and it's like, you know, you'll catch up, like you'll figure it out. you'll put the pieces together, which I kind of like. I feel like there's, I won't say not a lot of media, but every now and again I feel like we'll get a piece of media that like respects the viewer's intelligence. It's like, we won't feed you everything, like you'll figure things out as you go along. I don't know if Dorohedoro is necessarily one of those, but it's definitely challenging me right now.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna figure it out as you go, or you won't.
Yeah, like, either way, it's gonna be a trip.
I love that you mentioned that, because the show is so crazy and off the wall insane that it doesn't give you previews. Did you guys notice that? Like when you get to the credits roll, and you normally get like your preview to the next episode. This show is so nuts, and it knows how nuts it is, that it doesn't give you a preview. It literally tells you, this is what we've learned on this episode. And it tells you like random facts
Yeah, it's honestly
of the
appreciated.
characters. And then it says, what we'll see in the next episode is still hidden in mystery. We'll see you next time. Like they want to make sure that you are aware that, hey, we know this is all nuts. So just, go back and watch whatever you need to go back and
Right.
watch, and then go to the next one.
It's
Isaac,
insane.
you love very cultural acceptable shows like Debt Leaves. So I want to know what are your thoughts?
Didn't we try to do a commentary track on that one? But
it didn't work. It didn't work, and it's not gonna happen. What are your thoughts on Dorohedoro?
You are a coward if you don't want to do that one again. Yes, and I'm not taking that back. But it's a good point that you're bringing up Deadleaf, aka getting out of prison thanks to a drill deck. But I mean, that's happened in Deadleafs, you know it. But I digress. But it's sort of like Dorohedoro, for me, it's a weird case of, I don't know if maybe it's just me being insensitized of watching batshit insane stuff for how many years, but it does feel like they want to be sort of like, how should I say, thriller, somewhat of a comedic thriller about him finding out of his original identity, while it want to be a balls to the wall style of chainsaw. I wouldn't go so far to say Chainsaw Man, but or stuff like that. But it just,
I feel like it's worse in a different way.
Worse
as in like the violence. The violence is insane.
The violence is more.
Yeah.
Literally,
Brandon. Yeah, I can agree on it.
See, I don't know if I agree with being worse.
I have to agree with you.
Brandon, someone's face got ripped off.
What?
But
see, but I would dare to say that Chainsaw Man can be more graphic.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like this is more graphic than Chainsaw Man, though.
Oh damn!
I have to.
See, but you don't see the face though. You know that it happens, but you don't see like the inner workings of the face.
Not yet. You haven't watched enough.
Okay. See, it's all like 3 or 4 episodes of this, so I do believe.
Actually, I watched the first 6 because I was very.
And you shouldn't have. But I digress. But
and I shouldn't have. Okay, nobody should watch the show. Podcast over.
No.
Check it out. Check it out. It's insane.
I don't really know what to think about it, honestly, because it just feels so tonally weird.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know me and go ahead.
It just, how should I put it? It's just when I can't grasp sort of like Chainsaw Man, Dan, which I also have started reading. It's sort of like those are batshit insane, but I can, when I read them, get the feeling of what tone they want to do, and they go with it and all that. Yes, full on, or deadly, as we mentioned before. But this is trying to be somewhat serious, but it's still not serious because of the whole mystery part. And I dare argue that the whole part that they make a big deal of, it's just, do they want to know that it becomes maybe overthinking it, but doing a sort of like big deal about these characters live in the hole, which is the poor people society, and it just or is it some kind of the poor rising up against the rich or something? Because will it be due to that, or it yes?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think it necessarily deals with that because so I can
But
see
you get
maybe
what
where
you
you're.
mean.
Yeah, like is it trying to do a class divide or is it trying to do some commentary? But I think where this show shines is it's that it's taking to heart the dystopian society aspect of cyberpunk genres, where like this is a world that's just desolate beyond belief because of reasons, because of an external force, and the external force is these people that can do magic, which to me it's a fascinating concept. Sorcerers are aliens that are constantly invading this planet because that's the whole thing. That's why there can't be like a class divide because they don't live in the same planet. They don't live in the same dimension. But these sorcerers have been using them as whatever. I mean, maybe we'll come to find that the whole is actually purgatory and it's all weirder and weirder and weirder. You know what I mean? Like something crazy like that. Um, Hence why all these people are able to be toyed with by sorcerers in the way they are. But I think that what this show does interesting is that it is a serious tale because every single character is somewhat serious. Kaiman is just an idiot. It just makes everything crazy and hilarious because, I don't know, it's a guy with a lizard head. It's like I can't wait to get the DLC where he's on tech. He's in Tekken. Like I'm waiting for that.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Like he's a brand new skin for King, right? He has the body. But yeah, like I like how we're so used to seeing, like, the only time that we really see magic users as a problem is in a world where everybody uses magic. You know what I mean? Because there's bad magicians. But here, magic is bad. And everyone that uses it is bad in one way, shape, or form. Blood follows them. Like the idea of them being
And
the
they
ultimate
love
evil,
mushrooms.
they want to get high. By the way, the idea when they go visit the demon world literally says Kaiman in Wonderland. That was just so great. But yeah, like I like how magic is never something good; it's always something bad. Everything has it's like the darkness of the world. The idea that everything's done through dark smoke, the fact that magic used in the planets of the whole, it's what's messed up the weather, and people like just can't exist. Even they have to hide from the rain. Even like all those little things are so powerful and so interesting. The whole idea that they stole from Monsters Inc. about all the doors, like, and we're going to see Sully later. Like it, that'd be awesome, right? Like the greatest crossover in anime history. Not the Fortnite, not the Fortnite Disney thing. It's Sully on Dorohedoro.
Oh my gosh, that's what Fortnite needs to do next. Anime World domain expansion, Anime World.
Someone of course versus Gojo. But yeah, like I think that it is a serious topic. And I think that's what I found most interesting. Because every other single character in this world treats everything with almost seriousness, and everything has stakes. That's every single thing they do has a stake because someone's life is ending. And also the designs are like very brutal. Like the whole thing about every sorcerers are known because of their masks. Like this is crazy. This is like the kind of stuff that you see. This reminds me of Outlast, like those characters with the teeth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's meant to send a shiver down your spine. You know what I mean?
Reminds
It's not
you of what now?
Outlast is a survival horror game.
Never heard of.
Like one of the
It's spooky.
monsters or mutants. It's spooky. But like there's actual people under there, but they have to guise themselves as monsters because every sorcerer has a mask for whatever reason. Like J. Jonah Jameson will have a fit if these guys exist because if you have a mask. But yeah, like it's crazy. It's pretty crazy. But what I find the most crazy about this show is that even though that none of us, or all of us started saying that we have no idea what's going on in this show has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's insane. I did not know that.
And has a 94% audience score. Like, I wasn't even looking for this. I was looking for pictures. I clicked on something and it came up, and I'm like, yo, this is
that's
very
the
popular.
That's the other thing that's kind of surprised me about it too, is the fact that it took so long to get a season 2, especially now seeing that it's so like well liked and popular. For me, I was like, I justified not having a season 2 for a long time because I'm like, I just don't understand what happened. I'm like, I don't even know where they would go from here. But
So I gotta
interested to see.
finish the season to find out why you're saying that. Now I'm curious.
It was years ago, so I started watching the show again, and I'm like, I don't remember any of this. So this might just be 2024 Jamie cannot locate 2020 Jamie. So you got fresh eyes. Just take it like that.
Honestly, I can see the reasoning being that we have their more how should I put it? The whole in terms of manga right now, I'm talking about, not anime, but we have the rise of Chainsaw Man, we have the rise of Dan Dan Dan, those kind of mangas, and we have Chainsaw Man is getting a movie soon, and we have the season 1 and all that. Yes, I wonder if those rise in popularity is what made them say, okay, maybe we can give this second season, because what is hot right now might make the second season explode. Thanks to that, it could all be due to timing of why it didn't get a season 2 until what should I say, announced until rather recently.
See, everything you said makes all the sense in the world from a marketing standpoint. But then when I researched and found out that MAPPA is the production studio behind Dorohedoro, it kind of becomes obvious why we haven't gotten a season 2. And it's JJK, Attack on Titan, and Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't plan it that way. I just found it hilarious because what you're saying is 100%. It makes all the sense in the world. But then I was looking at it and I figured out it was MAPPA. I was like, because I wanted to see if it was someone else, because I know that MAPPA did season 1, but you know how sometimes certain projects will move studios. But according to what I saw, season 2 was MAPPA too. So,
but also let's think of it in it like this. MAPPA might have taken Attack on Titans because they had room for another show, and they didn't feel like the was popular at that point to get some focus on. But now when they are done with Attack on Titan, and they see the rise of popularity of those properties, Chainsaw Man and Dan, it feels like, okay, let's give that one a season 2 right now. Because even though I'm a bit split about the whole show, this is a show that I could easily recommend for those that likes. Well, I sound like a broken record now, but mangas like Dan and Chainsaw Man, if you're going about two popular example in recent years.
That's quite possible.
Yep. So for those that are interested in the manga, so Dorohedoro is available. You can get the mangas on Viz. I wonder if we can read it on this. I'm actually doing the research, see if it's.
I'm fairly certain that it's a manga that has ended for a couple of years ago because I know the
Yes,
manga is
yes.
doing
It has
something else
167
right.
chapters, so it's not that long. It has a total of 167 chapters. The actual final the manga actually ended back in 2018.
Okay.
It
Oh.
has 167
That amount
chapters. So
of chapters makes kind of sense because I don't really know how you could expand it in the length of yes, the Kaisen or hell, My Hero Academia, which is on what 410 or 420? I can't recall right now.
yeah, but no, but Dorohedoro has been crazy. I love how the author attacks the idea of sorcerers, the idea of magic. I love how magic looks, like the whole thing with the black smoke. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
very creative. The fact that even you can see the ash coming out of people's blood that are sorcerers. That's how they they are known to be sorcerers. And what a great way to start an episode, because you know what I mean. Like this is how the episode starts. This is how the show starts. This guy just opening his mouth and then you find out he has another head inside.
Yeah, that's like, it's making me think of Death Stranding. I'm like, these two are connected. There's a strand here. The man inside the lizard man and the baby inside of any random person, honestly.
You see, it's funny you say that because after watching the state of play and the official announcement, well, not the official, but the reveal of the title, Death Stranding 2 on the beach, I kind of want to, because I actually have Death Stranding,
Mm.
but I started playing it and I was like, eh. But part of me kind of wants to go back and, you know, it's Hideo
I
Kojima.
tried that
I,
Stranding
I,
at a friend's house, and quite frankly, I didn't like it.
it's okay. It's okay.
I
But then
want
But
to
I guess I'm
again,
up, but I guess I'm up for a walk.
I'm not a big fan of Hideo Kojima as a whole. I think he's rather pretentious, if I'm being
He's an
completely honest.
acquired taste.
He's an eccentric artist.
Yeah,
Um, but
Yep,
I
to say
watched
the
like
least.
a 7-hour video essay talking, just breaking down all of Death Stranding, and it's made me want to play the game. It's made me want to play the game.
Can you send me the link to that if it's like on YouTube? Because now I'm interested.
Yeah, I will.
See, I have like that's one of the things that's interesting. I'm interested also. I got to make time to watch the Last of Us 2 Grounded. They finally came out about the
Mm-hmm.
making of the Last of Us 2, so I'm really excited about that. Um, but yeah, um, Dorohedoro. I'm glad that you brought it up, Jamie, because you're the one that mentioned it. Because what a phenomenal, great um, show. What's up, Ditch? What's up, man? Um, but yeah, like I can't wait. I
Didge,
really hope.
are you that surprised? Really?
I don't. I don't think he is. Um, I hope that we get an official announcement of Dorohedoro season 2. I know there's a poster. I can't wait to watch more adventures of Nikaido and Kaiman. Which, by the way, out of all names, that's the name we're gonna give him. Hey, man, I'm okay with it. Um, but I'm excited for more Dorohedoro. And you know what? I was talking about Studio Orange,
Mm-hmm.
but the style of Dorohedoro is kind of what I'm talking about for Sakamoto Days.
Yeah, it's very very cool.
But I don't want to say Mappa.
And the
I,
yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah,
say
it
Mappa.
sucks, man. Nappa, get your crap together.
I did find it crazy. Did you guys notice that they literally put their name everywhere on the show?
No, I'm not very good at looking for those kind of Easter eggs. I
So,
saw it during when I went to see the Cowboy Bebop movie. I
mhm.
saw at the very end there was a little kid wearing a shirt that said like bones on the back, and I was like, oh, I see what you did there. I see it.
So for example, so with Mappa, so there's a scene where someone's listening to a vinyl,
Mm-hmm.
and it says Dorohedoro Mappa. And then the last one I remember is on episode 6. That's where you meet like the weird cockroach named Johnson. The manhole cover says Mappa. Like
Nice.
sneaky bastards.
Nice little details there.
So it's not like the Jujutsu Kaisen animator that literally sneaked in an Easter egg of the Mappa animation building getting destroyed during the Shibuya arc, and the animators downright celebrated it when they saw that. Yes, that's a real thing.
I guess I have to watch it.
I didn't know.
I'm waiting for the one. I know you are. I just can't wait to watch this. What I'm saying, I can only imagine there's going to be that one character who's going to do a domain expansion, and out of nowhere, it's just a big bold lettering Mappa.
It's apparently a blink and you miss it thing, but still, you know, the condition in that studio is bad if they celebrate an Easter egg like that.
Hey man, we saw it on Psalm 100. Exploitative companies exist, especially in Japan.
And all over the place, all over the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else on Dorohedoro?
No. Yeah, I mean, is the season 2 coming out this year? Do we know when?
So there hasn't been an official. Yeah, well, there hasn't been an official announcement, but a lot of rumor mills, which don't help anybody, a lot of rumor mills say that they kind of expect a 2024 release. But again, grab your bottle of salt and go like this.
I think it's more
pick a grain. Yeah, salve.
I would actually think 2020, 2025, honestly, because I do think they're going to prioritize the Chainsaw Man movie and Jujutsu Kaisen season 3. Honestly,
maybe
one can only hope. One can only hope. So, okay, guys, I think we've done the thing.
I believe.
Have we done the thing? We've talked anime. We've talked monsters. We've talked Dorohedoro. If you love what we do here at the Amateur Otaku podcast, make sure you click on the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you click on that bell for notifications so you don't miss any episode, any stream, any of the amazing shorts that Jamie's come up with, any of the My Hero Academia manga chapters that we've put out videos for that you guys have enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of it. And if you want to talk to us on Reddit, on the description is the Reddit that Isaac started for the Amateur Otaku. You can also find us on Twitter at the Amateur Otaku podcast. We're excited to keep talking anime and manga with all of y'all because that's what we do here at the Amateur Otaku podcast. So, you guys are awesome. Stay awesome. Keep watching anime, damn it. Peace.
Sweet.
Hello.
Cooley.